start with. Hi everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join us. So I am Charlotte, and I'm the senior educator for SL, and I have the lovely Nush with me, who is a makeup artist and head of SL. And I also have the lovely Dr. Gaby, who is our scientist and medical director. Um, so we've done a few of these now, and it's just really nice to kind of just spend a little bit of time together just to kind of touch on a few key selling points of SL and dig a little bit deeper with Dr. Gaby and Nush today. So one of the key questions that we really want to focus on today for them is that when we think about SL and one of the key foundation principles of SL, it's about shielding and protecting the skin. And we really want to discuss why that's so important. So I just want to come over to you guys and kind of leave you with that.
It is absolutely, as you say, foundational to it all. And I think it's because we all live extremely busy lives. And in our lives, we're exposed to external stressors, to internal stressors. Even the inherent process of aging, we're exposed to stressors. So our internal and topical skincare routines are critical to support our skin health and ensure we age well. And we put loads of investment, time and money into these skincare routines. But really we want to support that investment. And what et al. Does is it provides a shield. So it's stopping those external stressors like blue light, UV light, infrared from getting to the skin. But it also contains actives that protect the skin. So we know that those internal and external stressors will cause stress responses in the skin. And et al. Contains the actives that support skin hydration and provides actives that penetrate the skin to protect from those stressors.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as a principle, everybody on this call, we believe in that shielding and protecting story from a skincare aspect, and we've always kind of talked about that as the IIAA, and we talk about that through all of our brands. And I think what it was for me and Gaby is creating something that doesn't replace anything we already do. So this isn't about replacing your skincare SPF, and this isn't about a substitute for that. This is your additional kind of, we call it a safety blanket. We like to call it a safety blanket, and it's that extra layer that we put on top. So it was really important when we were formulating and creating to think, right, okay, how can this complement everything that we encourage people to do already and be that extra layer? And what can it do in addition to everything that we know we can already provide to support those things? So there was kind of that angle as well, because by no means do we want it replacing our skincare SPF. We want it to support that.
Because we always take that view of synergy, whether it's our actives
Yeah.
working together, but it's also products working together. And how do we create a makeup that supports and adds to our skincare investment?
Yeah, definitely. And everything that you said there is so vital, isn't it? Because skincare is just everything to do with making sure that the skin is healthy, as well as when we think about skin concerns, we want the skin to maintain a healthy, outlook, don't we? So one of the things that I want to move on to is really how did you ensure that the makeup brand does this really effectively?
That leads really nicely onto two questions. So the one is, what have we included to ensure that the makeup brand can do this? And then the other is, how do we prove that it does it? But we put a lot of effort into choosing actives that we include at functional levels that will support skin health and will support our skincare routine. So for shielding, protecting, we've chosen actives which shield the skin. We've chosen physical filters, which we know shield from UVA, UVB, blue light. We've chosen Blue Shield, which provides an additional layer to blue light protection and infrared protection. But then we've also make a point of including actives that anti-inflammatory, antioxidant actives that will support and protect skin. Because we know that stressors, whether they're external or internal, lead to inflammation, they lead to oxidative damage, they dehydrate skin. And all of that accelerates aging of the skin and of the body. So we include actives that will target those processes. So antioxidants and anti-inflammatories that will minimize the damage of those stressors and protect skin. We also prioritize hydration because we know when the skin is dehydrated, inflammation increases and that accelerates damage and aging in the skin. So, and we also know that it is so common for makeups to dehydrate skin. So it's really important to us to include actives that will maintain or increase hydration inherently in skin.
Absolutely. And of course, we created this range to, for skincare professionals, and we know essentially the time it's going to be used is after a treatment. And there's so much hard work that goes into a consultation and really choosing the right treatment for the clients that you're all seeing and their skin concerns and what they want to achieve in terms of long-term skin health. So again, it was really important to think, right, okay, post-treatment, what do we want to put into these products that is again going to complement these treatments and ensure that we're extending them and extending those skin results as well. So really thinking, putting ourselves in the shoes of a skincare professional and thinking, okay, what is it that someone's going to want from this product after a treatment, and how are they going to feel confident to put that product on, knowing that all the work they've done in that consultation and the recommendations that they've done is being supported with our brand and our products.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. It's just so vital, isn't it? And I think when we're thinking about more ingredients and synergy, what's your take on that? Why do we need to have everything in synergy together?
My favorite word, synergy.
I know, we all love the word
That's
synergy,
why I
don't
was
we?
laughing inside. I was like, Gaby's gonna love this question.
Well, if we think about, so we always start with an understanding of skin physiology. And we know how external stressors impact physiology. We know what processes change with aging. We know what processes support healthy skin. And it's not simple. There are multiple processes that work together. And so if one were just to take one active, it's only going to target one little part in that whole system. So when we choose actives to work in synergy, we're choosing actives to target multiple processes in the skin so that we're able to get the best possible effect rather than just targeting one small area.
Yeah, definitely.
And actually, sorry, building on synergy, the way we look at, so that's within the product, but the way we look at our products together is when we choose the actives, we also tend not to double up. So we will design the products to work in synergy because they've got different functions. And similarly, these products will work in synergy with our skincare regimes. So we're providing actives that one might not get in a normal skincare routine that then provides that greater benefit.
For sure. And that's what we continually do. So even as we're looking at new product development and moving into other categories, we always look at what we already have. And then we think, right, okay, if we bring this in, how does it work with this? And, what function is that going to have in someone's makeup routine? And that's the approach that we will always take with new categories that we bring in.
Yeah, definitely. And I think synergy is definitely the key, isn't it? Just like you said there, Dr. Gaby. And we talk about that so much on AMP as well as SL. It's all about synergy, isn't it? And the other key thing that I think really makes us different is the extensive testing that we do with SL. And I just really wanted to get your take on that and why that's so vital and important to the brand.
Very important, because we want to know our products work. And so science and evidence is one of the foundations of Etal. It's critical to us. So once we've decided what we want the product to achieve, and we've decided what physiological processes we want what kind of actives we want to choose, we review evidence and literature and results to choose those actives. So we start off the development process pretty much knowing that our product's going to work because we've chosen actives based on evidence. But then we go further. We go above and beyond in our testing because evidence is so critical to us. So we'll conduct various testing and trials, or the manufacturers will conduct testing and trials on our products to support our claims. So if we're talking shielding, we'll look at SPF protection, UVA protection, blue light protection. If we're talking protection, we want to know, is this an antioxidant formula? We want to know about hydration levels. So we'll run clinical trials in our in-house testing center to see what is the impact of this product on skin. So it's really important, and none of these are required from a regulatory perspective, but it's essential to us to know that our products really work.
Absolutely. And another step that Gaby and her team do. So if we, for example, if we want to test blue light, we will get various testing protocols from different testing companies. Gaby will go through the protocols. She'll be like, right, is this actually going to give us, you know, the type of research and the level of, let's call it, evidence that we want? And then she will select the protocol that's going to really adhere to everything we believe in as a brand. So there's so much that goes on before we even get to, you know, we have a foundation that has blue light protection. There's so much that happens.
Yeah.
And we really do try and like find the best that we can possibly find for the brand.
Yeah. And then building on that, let's take hydration as an example. One could test what your hydration levels once you've applied the product. And that's great. I mean, we want to know, right, I'm using it, my hydration increases. But we're actually interested in skin health. So when we run our trials, we look at clean skin because we want to know if you've used this, let's take a foundation as an example. If you've used this foundation for a month or 2 months, how does your skin health change? So we're looking at the hydration that's in your skin, not just the hydration that you get because you've got a product on your skin.
And that's brilliant, isn't it? That's everything that we stand for at the IIAA as a whole, isn't it? And I think that's why, you know, Etel is that final piece of the puzzle where, you know, it's protecting, but it is shielding, as well as looking pretty and giving all the makeup benefits that we have as well. So all of that's so vital. And there's so much more talk now into blue light protection. Why do you think it's really, really important to have not just UVA and UVB protection, but also have that blue light shield?
Absolutely. It was so interesting how I think COVID, we were looking at screens that brought up the concept of blue light, and we now know that the impact of blue light from screens is minimal, but that's started all this research so that we now know that the impact from blue light from the sun and outside is enormous and has a massive impact on the aging of skin. So it's really important to protect from blue light, because if one looks at light, there's a spectrum, a range of wavelengths. And so UV is only a part of it. Blue light is another part of it. So protecting from that whole spectrum is really important.
And that was such a fascinating part of the process, actually. You know, when I learned so much from Gaby during this, and you know, when she's looking at that the spectrum of light, and she's like, right, okay, so that covers us here, that covers us here, and it was honestly fascinating to learn it and just to know actually we are really giving that second skin shield with this product.
Yeah, definitely. And I always think of it as being like that umbrella of protection, you know?
Yeah.
And the fact that we can get all those actives in there, but then as well have a high performance makeup is just amazing. And that kind of gives that staying power as well. Now, the other thing that I really think is key is the fact that we use so many antioxidants as well. And we spoke about synergy, but I do think like having that broad spectrum of antioxidants really helps to shield the skin as well. Would you agree?
Antioxidants definitely help protect skin, because we know that when light penetrates skin or any other stressors penetrate skin, it increases oxidative stress. So by including antioxidants and anti-inflammatories, we're able to decrease the impact of light. And actually another thought came to me when we're talking synergy. If we think of SPF, most SPFs don't have blue light protection. So yes, the makeup is an addition, building on SPF, but it is bringing that blue light protection, which is the added extra. And then as we're protecting, shielding, could go on.
Imagine how our product development meetings go, can't you?
It's cool.
So passionate.
But the more light you shield from getting in, the less of that inflammatory, as you say, an oxidative stress response in the skin you have.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. So I'm just looking at the time now. We've kind of come to the end of the session for this one, guys, but we will be doing lots more of these. And thank you so much for taking the time to log in today, you know, at the time out of your business. And we hope to see you on the next one, but we hope you have a lovely day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
Bye.